This is a graphic novella that tells a story of genocide against Uyghur Muslims in China. It was drawn by 33-year-old Uyghur Mihrigul Tursun, based on her 2015 experience in a Chinese camp. The novella was published on the Share American website, a U.S. State Department platform used to share U.S. foreign policy information around the world. Tursun says she was separated from her newborn triplets when she entered the detention camp, where she remained for the next 3 years. She says during that time, one of her children died of starvation.
My life is destroyed from 2015 to until 2018. From 2015 until 2018, I have get torture physically and psychological torture in prison. I have electric, and I witnessed 9 women die in the prison.
40-year-old Zumra Dawood spent 2 months in a detention camp. During that time, Chinese doctors used unknown medication on her. She says as a result, she and her husband can't have children.
And in these 62 days, it's 2 months, what I have experienced was several things. One of them was being forced to take medications. I don't know what medications we were taking, but they gave us medications and even checked our mouths with their fingers to make sure we swallowed what they gave us.
When she fled to the U.S., she says doctors in America told her she had undergone sterilization and could no longer have children. 60-year-old Abdullahat Noor, also Uyghur, now lives in Canada. He says he fled to Kazakhstan after Chinese authorities demanded that he pay for his 3rd year in a camp. Chinese police tracked him down.
In Kyrgyzstan, even Uzbekistan or Kazakhstan, Chinese intelligence service coming there and researching Uyghur people and then sending police from those countries. When they come to us, they used to catch and give us to China.
British attorney Rodney Dixon represents Uyghur camp survivors in the International Criminal Court of Justice in The Hague. Dixon says Chinese security services have persecuted Uyghurs, detained them in other countries, and sent them straight to concentration camps.
In Tajikistan alone, we're talking about thousands of persons being deported or disappeared. Around 3,000 Uyghurs once lived in Tajikistan, and the numbers dropped dramatically down to approximately 100. The same is taking place in other neighboring countries.
Dozens of countries, including the U.S., have condemned Beijing for its treatment of Muslims in Xinjiang. The U.S. has also sanctioned 34 entities linked to China's armed forces and policies regarding its Uyghur minority. China has denied human rights abuses against the Uyghurs and has said in the past the facilities are either vocational training centers or re-education facilities to combat religious extremism. Beijing has accused Washington of meddling in its domestic politics.
The so-called U.S. sanctions reveal the United States' sinister intention to control China through Xinjiang and fully expose the U.S.'s hypocritical authoritarian nature under the fake premise of democracy and its hegemonic nature and fake premise of human rights.
Experts say China's treatment of Uyghurs is rooted in Islamophobia and the desire to control the region's natural resources, including oil and gas. The United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights is in talks with Chinese officials on a possible trip to the Xinjiang region after the Olympics. For Sanjar Hamidov in Fairfax, Virginia, Anna Rice, VOA News.